I've spent a lifetime looking into the files the government tried to burn. But this one is different. They called it the Clinton Engineer Works, a 59,000-acre black hole in the heart of Tennessee. 75,000 people lived here, worked here, and died here. But if you looked at a map in 1943, there was nothing but empty woods. Tonight, we're going inside the secret city.
They called it the city that didn't exist. In 1943, 75,000 people lived here. They ate, they slept, they worked, but they weren't on any map. If you spoke the city's name, you were followed. If you asked what you were building, you were gone. 40 years before the first brick was laid, a prophet saw this secret city in a vision. And today, we open the file. Welcome back to the Phantom Files. Today, we go to a place that wasn't on any map. A city of 75,000 people that officially did not exist. In 1943, the United States built its single largest industrial secret here in the muddy valleys of East Tennessee. And laborers battled knee-deep Tennessee mud and biting Appalachian winters to raise steel skeletons that spanned for miles. It was a 24-hour-a-day war against the terrain, moving millions of tons of earth to build an industrial fortress where, only months before, there had been nothing but wilderness. But the strangest story of Oak Ridge didn't begin with a construction order from the president. It began decades earlier, around 1900, with a humble local man named John Hendricks. Hendricks was no scientist, no military planner. To his neighbors, he was just a simple man with a strange gift. They say he had visions. While others saw only wilderness, Hendricks predicted an impossible future. He told anyone who would listen that the valley would be filled with a great noise, and the woods would be filled with big buildings. Most dismissed him. How could he have known he was describing a future yet to be born? He spoke of a great noise that would shake the earth from the center of Bear Creek Valley. He pointed to an empty ridge and claimed a railroad would sprout from the dirt to carry thousands of people who didn't exist yet. But his most famous prediction? He pointed to a specific spot in the wilderness and said, "The seat of the authority of the United States will be right there." 40 years later, that exact spot became the X-10 graphite reactor, the heart of the Manhattan Project. John Hendricks wasn't just guessing. He was looking at a city 40 years before it was built. In 1942, the prophecy became reality. The federal government seized 59,000 acres, and overnight, a phantom city arose. Clinton Engineer Works. But the real secret wasn't the construction, it was the purpose.
Imagine you're a machinist at the Y-12 plant. You've been working 16-hour shifts, surrounded by massive silver coils you don't understand. You're tired. You're at a cafeteria in town, just trying to eat a quiet meal with a friend. You lean in and whisper just one sentence. "Did you see the size of those magnets they brought in today?" You don't notice the man in the plain gray suit sitting 2 tables away. He's not eating. He's not reading the paper. He's a creeper. Before you can even finish your coffee, a hand drops a white index card onto your tray. No words are spoken. The creeper simply points toward the door. By the time the sun goes down, you're on a bus headed out of the valley, and your life in the secret city is over. That card was the secret city's way of saying you no longer existed. In Oak Ridge, silence wasn't just a suggestion. It was the price of admission. If you slipped up, if you mentioned the strange blue glow or the massive silver coils inside the K-25, you wouldn't get a second chance. You'd simply come home after a 12-hour shift to find a plain white index card sitting in your mailbox.
The great noise John Hendricks predicted was the birth of the atomic age. Oak Ridge changed the world. Its secrecy was total, but the consequences were absolute. Today, the secret city is a world-class national laboratory, but its origin remains a phantom file. Did John Hendricks truly see the power we were building? Did he see the mud, the silence, and the spies? Or did he just see the scale of the human effort? We may never know. One thing is certain. He saw the phantom of a future that would one day redefine humanity. For the Phantom Files. Thanks for watching.